Awesome. So thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to speak to us. Just to begin with, can you introduce yourself, your name, your age, where you're from, and sort of your background in trading, really?
So my name's Mustafa. I'm 21 years old. I have messed around with different trading smaller accounts for a couple of years now, and I had decent success with that. So I decided that might as well take the plunge, get a funded account, have access to more capital with guys who are known to give payouts and things like that. That's how I ended up coming across these guys. So yeah,
Awesome, man. So you said that you've been trading for a while. How many years have you been trading, and like how was it going before Traderscale?
2 years ish. Yeah, 2 years. No, November will be 2 years is when I first began. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, things went all right. I'd always make gains and things like that, but they were just the percentages were fine, but the volume wasn't big enough just because of the amount of money that was in the account. And so, and then I heard about prop firms and things like that. And then I was looking at the different ones, and then I found Traderscale. I was like, oh, okay, they do different size accounts, which gives access to way more capital than I could have plunged in immediately, which is how I ended up getting the account and things like that.
Cool, man. That sounds good. And how did you actually find out about this? Obviously, you said you did a bit of research into things, and
So I followed a few different accounts, and one of them recommended you. They said they posted your thing up on their thing, and they were like, "This is a good firm. They give good payouts. They give good size accounts, things like that." So I looked into it myself, reviews, things like that, and everything was good. And yeah, I liked the process and then how everything went around, and that's why I ended up getting the account. So
awesome. No, sounds great. And in terms of the account that you went for, well, what size did you go for?
50,000.
Yeah, so you went for the 50K account, and how's it been going? How was the setup? And sort of just using the account in general.
Well, the setup was super quick and smooth. By the time that I was told that it was ready to be done, it was all done. And so I was up trading within the account. I think it was within maybe a day. Like, so it was super quick, super smooth. And since then, it's just been using the account, and you just have to make sure that you check the rules so you're not. So, like sometimes, like when you place a trade, sometimes maybe slip of the thing, you forget to place a stop loss, things like that. But the team always let you know because I don't know whether it's a robot, someone's always reviewing it, but they let you know, be like, okay, look, this one's done, but it's fine, keep going, just don't do it again, type thing. So I had things like that, communications from the team on a regular basis, and yeah, the experience with the account set up and the payout, everything was super smooth.
Awesome, man. No, I think it's really good advice, and obviously just making sure that people are aware of the rules is a really good point. Just because sometimes people get a bit excited by obviously the account and stuff, and sometimes lose track of obviously the rules. But I think they, personally, I would say that they are laid out in front of you beforehand. You can see all of that stuff and understand it. So it's really good to sort of hear you say the things that you just said. So moving on to sort of the positive side of things, have you received a payout, and how was that process for you if you have?
Yeah, I received the payout. So I got it last week. I think it was last Wednesday. And yeah, it was super smooth. Anytime. So the first time I didn't realize that the amount of volume which I could actually, because the reason I mentioned the rules is because I actually had like a bit of trouble with it in terms of the consistency. So I ended up,
Mhm.
so your average trade and the max trade, like I messed it up a little bit at the start. So I had to do some stuff with that. But the instructions that I received from the team on how to actually get the payout in the end was super clear, super smooth. And once the account was set up to receive the payout, I requested it at 1 o'clock and I received it by half one. Like it was, I was expecting it to take 2 or 3 days. I'll be honest, I didn't think I'd get it till Friday or maybe today, but I had it by lunchtime. Like I say, I went away for lunch, I go back, I eat, and the account's full. I was like, oh, this is great. So yeah, the process was super
No,
smooth, right? It was nice and easy.
that's what we like to hear. Obviously, there's a lot of, as I'm sure you already know, like doing your research into different prop firms and stuff. There's a lot of, should we say, shady firms on the market that don't pay out and don't do what they're supposed to do. So it's great to hear people like you that say that like within half an hour of requesting the payout, it's received is great to know. So in terms of the whole sort of process from start to finish, really happy with how it went. You
Yeah,
still still recommend it to other traders, sort of thing, or?
well, I've still got the account even after the payout, so I think I should tell you where I am. Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's definitely great to work with, definitely great to get on board with. No, it's fantastic.
Awesome, man. And what's your plans moving forward then? Are you looking to sort of scale up the account or keep trading with your 50K one, see how that goes and progress it further, or?
I think I'll keep trading with the 50K for now, and then maybe little later down the road, then we'll look at getting the 100K one. 100K, maybe
Nice,
200, just to see where we can build
nice.
with it.
No, 100%. I think that's a really good way of looking at it in terms of scaling up and taking your time and processing everything. So obviously you've had success using our platform and through trading in general. It sounds like you were pretty successful before you joined Traderscale as well, just maybe didn't quite have the volumes to be able to see that full potential of the success. So is there any advice that you could give to people listening in terms of maybe they're thinking about starting trading or have been trading for a little while but struggling a little bit, just about how they can sort of finesse their sort of process, I guess?
Risk management first and foremost, because like if you put too much, like, understand margins and pips and percentages and all these things. Because if you don't, it doesn't matter. Like you could just have one trade and you blow the entire account, right? Like I've seen people market be like, oh yeah, this person made £6,000 from £300 in one day. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. You're leading down, you're leading them down a garden path, which just isn't going to end very well. So no, first thing first, get your risk management on point. Don't look to blow your account straight away, but don't look to build it too quickly. And then the other thing is just do your research into understanding the markets and the technicals and the fundamentals of what drives it, because then you're no different to a casino player if you don't understand what's going on. So yeah, that's how I ended up learning. That's what worked for me, and I'd suggest the same to anyone else. So yeah, understand the markets and please don't blow your trading account.
No, that's amazing advice, I think, for people to listen to. Because you see a lot of things online about like basically just get rich quick schemes and all these types of things that don't necessarily talk about the risks involved, but also just false promises, right? Like what I like about what we do as a business is that there's the funding there, there's the account there for you to go and trade with, but we do speak to people, and you would see this in the other interviews. Like we actively encourage people to take their time and build the account up slowly and take the steps that you're supposed to take, because the fact of the matter is you can always make money quickly, but 9 times out of 10 it's a fluke. And the next time you do it, you chase it and you chase it and you chase it, and you get yourself into problems. So, no, I think it's really useful advice that you've given there. But that's it. So, really appreciate you taking the time to speak to us today.